The Man Who Stayed When Others Walked Away by Whispers of Kindness. Serena Hayes sat alone at a little cafe table on a sunny afternoon, hands clasped in her lap as she tried to keep her emotions from spilling over. Around her, couples laughed, friends shared desserts, and the world seemed effortlessly happy. But inside, Serena was fighting back tears. 2 years had passed since the accident that had changed everything. The crash that had taken her mobility and the man she once thought she'd marry. Her fiancé had said all the right things at first, but in the end, he couldn't handle a life that included a wheelchair. When he left, it nearly broke her, but Serena had rebuilt herself, piece by piece. And when Daniel, a kind man she'd met online, wanted to meet in person, knowing about her condition, she dared to hope again. She arrived early, nervous but excited, wearing her favorite beige dress. When she saw him across the street, her heart fluttered. But then she saw it the exact moment his eyes landed on her wheelchair. His face changed. His steps slowed. Then, instead of coming closer, he pulled out his phone. Seconds later, her phone buzzed. Sorry, something came up. Can't make it. Good luck. And just like that, he was gone. Serena ordered tea she didn't want, staring into the cup as the sting of rejection pressed hard on her chest. She told herself not to cry in public. Not again. That's when a tiny voice interrupted her thoughts. Hi, said a little girl with blonde pigtails and a stuffed unicorn clutched in one hand. She couldn't have been more than 3. Why are you sad? Serena blinked, quickly wiping her eyes. I'm okay, sweetheart. Are you lost? The child pointed toward a man in a gray coat rushing over. Daddy's right there. He looked relieved when he reached them. Lily, you can't run off like that. Then his gaze shifted to Serena, her tear-streaked face, the empty chair beside her, and his tone softened. I'm so sorry. She tends to wander. She's fine, Serena said gently. She's lovely. The girl's blue eyes were curious, not cruel. Why do you have wheels? She asked, pointing to the chair. The father looked embarrassed, but Serena smiled. I had an accident, so this helps me move around. Kind of like how your daddy drives a car. Lily thought for a moment, then nodded. That makes sense. She plopped into the empty seat. Can I sit with you? You look lonely. Her father hesitated, but Serena smiled again. I'd love the company if it's okay. He introduced himself as Adrian Blackwood before going to order coffee. When he returned, he found his daughter telling Serena all about her unicorn, Sparkle, who, according to Lily, made people happy when they were sad. Serena laughed softly. That's very kind of you, Lily. Daddy says being kind is the most important thing. The child said wisely. Adrien watched them both, something warm and thoughtful in his eyes. Then he spoke quietly. I saw what happened earlier with that man across the street. I wanted to go tell him what a fool he was for walking away. Serena flushed with embarrassment. You saw that? I did, Adrien said simply, and I realized maybe my daughter had the right idea. Sometimes the best way to respond to cruelty is with kindness. They talked for over an hour about Serena's design work, about Adrian's life as a single father, and about Lily's endless imagination. For the first time in years, Serena felt seen not for what she'd lost, but for who she was. When Lily grew sleepy, Adrian stood and smiled. Thank you for letting us share your table. He didn't just share it, Serena replied. You saved my day. Before leaving, Adrian hesitated. Serena, would you like to meet for coffee again? Intentionally this time. Serena's heart fluttered. I'd like that. That one simple yes became the beginning of something extraordinary. Weeks passed. Coffee turned into dinners, dinners into long walks, and soon, into a quiet, gentle love. Adrian never treated her wheelchair like a barrier, just another part of the woman he admired. One afternoon, Lily said to Serena, You're not like Daddy's other dates. You're nice even when he's not watching. Serena smiled, her heart melting. That's because I really like spending time with you. Good, Lily said, because I asked the universe for a mommy who would love me, and then I found you. That night, Adrian told Serena softly, Lily's not the only one who found what she needed. I did too. And when he asked her to marry him quietly, without fanfare, Serena cried happy tears. Their wedding was small, heartfelt, and full of laughter. Lily served as flower girl, carrying her beloved unicorn Sparkle in her basket. When the officiant asked if anyone objected, Lily raised her hand and said solemnly, I object to anyone ever being mean to my mama again. Everyone laughed through their tears. In his vows, Adrian said, a foolish man once saw your wheelchair and walked away. His loss gave me the greatest gift, love, laughter, and family. And Serena, smiling through tears, said, I was left alone at a cafe, feeling invisible. Then a little girl with a unicorn and her kind father reminded me that real love sees the soul, not the surface. And from that day forward, the woman who'd been stood up at a cafe never sat alone again. Because sometimes, kindness doesn't just change your day, it changes your entire life. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness. Tell us in the comments who stayed in your life when others walked away.